2,400 miles into this little trek. Last night is the first night that I picked up a room at a motel, and I took advantage of it. This is a pretty unique place. It's got some really unique artwork that I think you ought to see. I can figure out how to show it to you. After being chased out of the mountains by a hailstorm and really not finding any alternatives, I thought it was appropriate to treat myself a little. I've used every bit of that time here. Did some computer work this morning. It's getting on up there about 10 o'clock. Got some much needed rest. I think I slept for at least 10 hours last night. I've still got 1,800 miles left to get back to Arkansas. I've got one more stop, at least, to see my older brother. I haven't seen him for years either, so that'll be good. All the pictures and video I've taken of this journey, believe it or not, filled up a brand new MacBook Air. I didn't think that was going to happen. I really haven't begun the storyline yet. I'm not sure even what it will be. There have been really dramatic changes in scenery. Taking these back roads, I'm quite sure there are things that most people haven't seen. Hopefully I can come up with a storyline that works, that really shows the genuine nature of running the back roads of America. Rested up, fueled up. Slimbo slept inside last night. He wasn't so much worried about bears as he was thugs. So I just rolled him in poolside. Sometimes it's easier to get forgiven than it is to get permission. Alright, I am still pretty high up. Just dropped down out of the mountains to the first town here, White Sulphur. Got the navigation off because like there's only one road out of town east. That's the one I gotta take. And it carries on for 100 miles, so no worries. So the adventure begins anew. Let's go again. Not much to this little town. Just a crossroads. Looks nice though. Met some nice people. Beautiful mountains all around. Pretty sure the GoPro does not capture the grandeur. Wish there was a way I could pan it. Well, them Montanans are going to be in a hurry. I better get going.
it's time to make that morning drive. Work all day till I'm totally beat. Get back home and fall right to sleep. Alarm goes on for in the morning and the cycle's complete. Work, sleep, repeat. Yesterday I was 17, running bootlegs and draws and screens. Now I'm running up debt and I'm scrambling to make ends meet. So work, sleep, repeat. Yeah, work, sleep, that's all I ever do anymore. Work, sleep, work, sleep. Somewhere up the line I forgot what I was working for. Roll out in bed and rub the sleep from my eyes. Throw on a shirt and some jeans and my boots, and then it's time to make that morning drive. Yeah, work, sleep, that's all I ever do anymore. Work, sleep. Somewhere up the line I forgot what I was working for. Sleep, repeat. All I ever do is work, sleep, repeat. All I ever do is work, sleep, repeat.
All right. We'll see how that worked. I'll put you up on top of my helmet. Maybe we'll get a better point of view. So here I am again on a lonely stretch of highway. But I'm not alone. See, because I have my associates. CEO, Jehovah God. Chief Executive Officer in charge of operations, the Holy Spirit. And mediator, Jesus Christ. So, even here on this lonely stretch of highway, I'm not alone. History lesson. The Carroll Trail. Businessmen in Montana Territory were always looking for ways to undercut their competitors. In 1874, the owners of the famed Diamond R Freighting Company tried to steal the lucrative steamboat trade from Fort Benton merchants by building a new port on the Missouri River near the mouth of the Musselshell. Named for Matt Carroll, the settlement was a crude collection of log huts perched on a cut bank overlooking the river. For the new settlement to be successful, it needed a good road to connect it to the outside world. In 1873, the Diamond R blazed a 225-mile road to Carroll from Helena, and the first freight train negotiated the trail to Carroll the following year. While one account claimed that the road had plentiful supplies of wood and water, other travelers described a forbidding landscape of little vegetation that was incapable of sustaining man or beasts. When the road was dry, it took freight trains about a month to make the trip between Carroll and Helena. But when the road was wet, it became a greasy, slippery, fathomless mass of clinging mud through which the straining animals could hardly drag the heavily weighted wheels. Carroll failed to make money for the Diamond R, and the company abandoned the post and the trail in 1876. Another failed experiment. Interesting. All that happened one day. All of that happened one day in history, right here. Off up there, on top of that mountain, is a series of windmills, big ones. Right here at the edge of the high plains, we just dropped down out of the mountains. What a tremendous idea. Let's put some devices up there that will generate energy continually, and we can tap it into the grid, and it'll be great for the environment. There's only one problem. Your little windmills aren't spinning, Clark.
Why have we failed to see the heart of freedom still bleeds? Faces of innocence are waiting to be truth be heard. Come on, let out a shout. Lift up your voice. Come on and sing it out. Sing it out. We need to take a stand. Take the helpless by the hand. Show them a hope that can save. Show them a love that is brave. It's time to make some noise. Make a difference with one voice. Together there's power to sing out louder. Let the truth be heard. Come on, let out a shout. Lift up your voice. Come on and sing it out. Sing it stand up, rise up, sing it loud. Stand out, rise up, sing it loud. Stand up, rise up, sing it loud. Stand out, rise up, sing it loud. Let the truth be heard. Come on, let out a shout. Lift up your voice.
We just crossed over the highland divide between the Musselshell and the Yellowstone River. And that was miles and miles of flat, high prairie. The Indians called this country the land where the rivers run north. The Musselshell, the Yellowstone, the Tongue River, the Powder River, the Little Powder, all of those work north. And one of the few places in the continental United States where rivers do that. Let's take a little walk. After crossing that vast, featureless plain, you find this totally obscured until you come right to the edge. The rim rocks above Billings, Montana. And down in the bottom of the valley there, the beautiful Yellowstone River. So Montana is a very dimensional state. You have the vast grassy plains that we just crossed. And then you have the alluvial plains along the rivers. The benchlands where wheat grows, you can see far off on the other side. I love it. And then off in the distance, the mountains. So that last clip was what it takes to avoid that interstate mess. I've got one more stop, at least, to see my older brother. I haven't seen him for years either, so that'll be good. We found a barn to hide out in. An old sled boat. He's kind of glad we ducked him inside out of this too. Woo! I want to introduce you to my brother. This is Mark Weatherell. He's my older brother. And this is my nephew Charles. Say hello to the internet.
Hey, hello